got their offense started, it was game over. That's one of those things. If you can get off to a start like that, you're putting your opponent right on their heels, and Dartmouth took advantage and played right off that to a 14-4 win.
Carried topside here by Thomas Power. What a find he's been for this Dartmouth Big Green team. The transfer from Division III Colorado College already has 8 goals and 5 assists on the season, leading the way for Dartmouth. Hopper Zappatello working it back topside. Quick feed to the front column. McGill bounces it home, and the Big Green open the scoring just 52 seconds in. This past season, back-to-back seasons in the Ancient Eight with a 3-way tie atop the table in Ivy League football. They're going to have to find a way to break that tie, of course, this coming fall. For the first time, the Ivy League will be participating in the FCS playoffs. Talk about that a little bit later on. Power carrying back topside. Little spin working towards the net. Power hits the bar, and it comes back out. Ryan Daly saw that slide over his shoulder. He had the Catamounts. Nice slide that time coming from Tatum Lewis. Power, let's go from distance. Didn't have much of an angle, but knew he had a backup coming there from William Stahl. Shot clock at 23 seconds as the last offering didn't find its way to cage. Stahl carrying to the near alley. Back up top it will go as Julin tries to make something happen with it. It's sent wide now. Jesse with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Returns to Julin, looking for an angle. Julin hops and scores. First of the game for Tyler Julin. First 2 of the contests have gone here to the Big Green. That was an 11-10 win for Dartmouth up at Virtue Field. Thomas Power looking towards the net. Save made. Nice job by Daly to get down to the turf. Seems like he read the book and was able to make that stop.
Yeah, third time's the charm for Daly. Dartmouth beat him twice with those low shots. That time he was ready for Power.
Drimmy feed to the front. We got a pole goal coming here for the Catamounts as Jack Combs fires in his second of the year. Great look by Drimmy. Combs in front. That's not an easy catch with the extra long stick, but a good. It's McGill waiting for the offense to get set. Fresh out of the substitution area is Nate Davis. Got the start here today. 4 starts in his mini game for Davis. No surprise for the 5th year out of Baldwinsville, New York. It's Power behind the net working against O'Hara. Power looking for an angle. Power lets go from distance and fires a seed. What a finish that time coming from Power. And he adds to his team-leading tally so far this season, his 9th here in 2025. Great. Man up on the season, the Catamounts 2 for 9. The Big Green have allowed 5 goals on 11 man-up opportunities. Quick feed to the front, and it's scored. Catamounts wasting no time putting the ball in the back of the net, but we're going to have a straight shirt confab here. As the player might have landed in the crease, they're going to call it a goal. So Catamounts wasting no, looking for a pick from McGill. McGill trying to find some space. Now carries to X. Less than 10 on the shot clock. Comes to Zappatello, looking topside with 5 seconds. He's got to go. Zappatello carries to the front and finishes. Had to have it as the shot clock was winding down, and Hopper Zappatello beating the buzzer, his first tally of the afternoon.
That was a great ace
on the shot timer. Luke Ryder with it now. 2 goals on the season for Ryder coming in today, including 1 against Utah. Had 3 assists in that game. Ryder pushing towards the crease. Now getting worked, turns and lets go. Good stick put in that time by Thomas Gogan. 3 seconds on the opportunity. Stahl in the return. Tries to skip it across. Sent towards net. Looked like the keeper got a piece of it. Caught the pipe as well. Shot clock punches back up to 60 seconds. So Daly got a piece of it on the way by and it rattled the cage. 3 seconds left on the penalty time. 2 and 1. We're back to even strength spring into the action. Here comes Ega Broughton, shot wide by the Big Green, but they're closest on the backup. So possession will stay here with Dartmouth. The Catamounts controlled half number 2. They got the first 2 goals of the third. Nate Davis got a single tally for Dartmouth. Their only goal in the third. They led 10-6 going into the fourth. Catamounts staged to come back in that fourth quarter. Vermont actually getting the last goal of the third and the first 3 goals of the fourth. But the shots let go towards net by Power. And the Big Green in control right now. They lead 5-2.
Thomas Power,
here in quarter number 2, and we have another pause here. Now we'll restart with 38 on the shot clock. Zappatello. Backing away. Egebraten has made several good plays already this afternoon. Zappatello will work his way towards the front. They're going to talk whether or not Zappatello went into the crease. Catamounts working it towards midfield, and they'll just get it across. Well read on the back end, though, by Mulholland. Broke it up for a moment. O'Brien has to feed it back across, and it comes back to his cross now. Across the restraining line, jumping his step. O'Brien thinking about O'Brien. Let's go, and scores. Great hustle play by O'Brien to keep it in on the sideline. Then he carries towards net and gets his team back to within 1. Across it comes. Catamounts have it for the moment. Lost across the restraining line. Gogan can't pick it up. Comes loose. Drimmy lets go towards net, and he scores, and we're locked up at 5. Scramble drill that time. The Catamounts convert. Shot clock trickles inside, 20 seconds to go. As we're moving towards the halfway point here. In quarter number 2, this one let go by Stahl, but catches the side of the net. Catamounts going to try and start things out as they look for their first lead of the afternoon. Quick feed coming up top, letting go from the line. Pole goal time here in Hanover. What a finish coming from Demarest. A 12-6 win for the Catamounts. As Dartmouth looks to try and regain the form they had early.
Those 2 goals in the Manhattan game looked very similar to the one he just scored. Just set him up on the restricted line and let him go to work.
Played 13 games last year, did Demarest, and finding the back of the net for the second time today for the Big Green. It'll be Zappatello. We're locked up at 6 apiece. We have gone as we see Dodge working his way back into X. Gets sandwiched between a pair of white jerseys. Somehow does not give up possession. Pass, though, going backwards. Errant loose on the deck for a moment. Nice job by Demarest to come up with it. Now the Catamounts looking to push the issue. Let go towards net, and it's finished. Colin Bullock with the finish for the Catamounts. His first of the season. Third of the season, Turnover. Combs to jump in his step. Now it comes back up top. Another pole try, this time coming for Schwashnik, and it goes just wide. Catamounts were closest on the backup as O'Brien was there. Vermont trying to go before the Big Green can get organized. Bounding shot towards the net. Morell's able to make the save as Schwashnik let fire. And now the Catamounts are going to take a moment here and call time with 70 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
I like this timeout. Not
2. Ryder backing up with it. Draws Thomas Gogan. Skips it back up top side as the shot clock's inside 30 seconds. Goldstein feeding down low. Trying to skip a pass across was Drimmy. It gets deflected. Big Green come back in possession with it. Reads the play, will settle the action, and the Catamounts will set the offense up again. So neither side able to break through here in the third. Quick feed coming towards the front. Morell's able to make the save. His 6th of the afternoon with Charlie O'Brien on the doorstep. Now the Big Green trying to push the issue. McGill looking to get free, feeds to the front. D. Giovanni turns and scores. Locked up at 7.
In the first half, we talked about Vermont's transition game. Well, how about that from Dartmouth?
So shot clock stays at 33.
Dartmouth once again throwing bodies right in front of the cage. Vermont's trying to cut across to get their shots away, but they just don't have an angle.
Here comes Whitaker. Jumping, and Whitaker goes bar down for the finish. The back of the net 29 times a season ago, but he puts his team back in the advantage here, 8-7.
All 3 shots on that possession came the same way. The Vermont attackers tried to
loose for a moment and gather back in by Alex Jesse. Power brings back to the outside. Got his Dartmouth career started with a bang, a 7-point day against Bucknell. Let's go towards net. This one takes a ricochet, goes over everything, and the shot clock was down to 1. I believe a slash is going to be the call. Power and Paradine playing catch with it back behind the net. Stahl lets fire. Sends it over everything. Power closest on the backup. Shot clock freezes at 45 seconds. There's 45 seconds on the shot clock and 45 on the penalty. The shot clock and penalty time are synced up. Paradine with a lane. Paradine finds the back of the net. Third of the season for the junior out of North Carolina. And it gets the Big Green level again, 8-8. Morrell makes the stop. Big save coming from Mason Morrell, his 7th of the afternoon. But Dartmouth can't get a clean clear. Back it will come. Carried in. This one let go but wide. Josloff tried to go through. Flags will fly, and we're going to have a penalty coming up on Dartmouth. Pumps. Josloff. They continue to play catch. Now it goes wide to that far alley. Pass, though, was knocked down and taken away. Loose, though, back in front of the Dartmouth net. Shot sent high over everything. Still loose back behind the net. Mulholland had it. Big Green couldn't maintain possession. Now scooped up and taken away by Griffin O'Neill. Needs relief. Has it in the form of Matthew Drimmy scored at the 8:41 mark to make it 5-5. And Vermont has not trailed since. We've been tied a couple times since then. As this one's let go by Julin, but it can't find its way through. It's the sticks getting in the way right now. Not just on the passes, but the shots. We've seen a couple of shots that still haven't found net. Venturola, though, finds the net here. Big Green back in front for the first time since the second quarter. Brandon Venturola. Glance towards the sideline as Paradine trots it through the near alley. 6 minutes gone here in the quarter. Just one goal so far for either side coming for Brandon Venturola, giving Dartmouth their first lead since quarter number 2. Zapatello spinning away from pressure. Paradine on the roll. Paradine topside, and he scores. Emmett Paradine's second of the game puts Dartmouth back in front by 2. Venturola spin with it here. Venturola push wide to the alley. Zapatello carrying, feeding up top. Jesse swims. Skipped over, let go by Venturola. Ball somewhere in the crease. And Daly clamps down on top of it. Daly sends it, 30 seconds remaining. As Ryder carries wide. Colin Fagan marking him, the first year. Ryder turned away, draws the long pull of Griffin O'Neill. Shot clock, inside 20, ripped towards net and scored. Catamounts back to within 1. Beautiful finish. And Vermont on a huge possession. Able to find the back of the net for the 9th time today. We're going to try and set up the attack as Davis brings it across the restraining line. Now we'll yield here up top to Tyler Julin. Emmett Paradine. Ball on his cross, his goal. Here in the fourth quarter, the difference right now is Power. Working against Barnwell. Paradine with space. Defender lost the stick. That opens up. Paradine for a shot, and he scores. Hat trick for Emmett Paradine. Able to capitalize on the opportunity. Schwaznick lost 3.1% on faceoffs. That was first in Division I. Again, with the caveat, it's a small sample size, but they've been an impressive faceoff unit. Dodge in particular. Okay, coming in today, he was 7th in program history in terms of faceoff wins, 247. And his career was at 56.6%. As McGill, let's go towards net. Dartmouth equals their largest lead of the afternoon. They're up by 3.
Well, you talk about
Dartmouth happy to try and bleed some clock down with a 3-goal advantage inside 3 minutes to go. Shot clock just trickling inside 30, showing 25 right now. Venturola working it to Power. A couple of goals early in the game for Power. Has an assist as well for a 3-point afternoon. Now Power gets topside, and Power scores. The run continuing for the Big Green. Their largest lead of the afternoon, and it comes with just 2:34 remaining. Swim his way through a stick check. That one clamped down on, comes towards midfield, and Stahl just throws it ahead. Somehow finds the cross of Power. And Power will just run it wide. Dartmouth content to bleed the clock down here with a 4-goal advantage. Can't give up the lead if you don't give up the ball. Power still working with it. Power towards the front. Power pumping, and Power puts it in one more. 4 goals on the afternoon for Thomas Power, and that one probably puts the game to bed. Big Green lead by 5.
Ends it with an exclamation.
Towards the heavens. Final seconds will tick down, and Dartmouth comes away with their 3rd win here in 2025. An impressive effort against the Catamounts of the University of Vermont, who will fall to 2-2 on the season. But a tight contest through this one. Vermont fighting back in quarter number 2, held the line on one side for UVM. Matthew Jeremy finishing with a goal and 2 assists here today to lead all Vermont scorers with 3 points. Meanwhile, Thomas Power on the other side, 4 goals to go along with an assist, a hat trick for Emmett Paradine, and a pair of goals and assists for Hopper Zappertella. Cullen McGill also finishes with 2 goals and 1 assist this afternoon. Mason Morrell, 8 saves in net for the Big Green, and certainly a tip of the cap